A few miles away, dawn approaches in the eerie cactus forest of Baja, California, as the animals of the night make their last forays into the vanishing darkness. Alien sights and unearthly sounds stir the imagination, evoking visions of other worlds and other times.
Welcome back to part 3 of the series, Cactus Quest, Baja California Sur, and in today's episode, we're going to be hitting Santa Catalina Island.
The peninsula of Baja California lies along the west coast of North America.
On the cliffs behind me, we've got some of the tallest Ferocactus on the planet, endemic to this island. And I really can't wait to see it. Ferocactus diguetti. Also got a bunch of cardones up there. This is absolutely like all-time Indiana Jones. I feel like the little fat kid from Up right now. This cove right here is absolutely magnificent. Look at that. I mean, that is... Oh, flying fish, flying fish! Woo!
I've been inspired by the likes of Richard Evans Schultes, Joel Lode, and Gordon D. Rowley to step out of the greenhouse and into the wild habitats where these fascinating plants grow naturally, and to make my own observations and document the ecosystems as they are. I wanted to see these things up close and personal for myself, so to be here today is surreal. The island is officially named Isla Catalana, but in the mid-1850s when the US Navy charted the Gulf, the map makers changed the name to Isla Santa Catalina, which is insane to think about. The wrong name was spread internationally, causing confusion to this very day. Now, Isla Catalana is home to a number of endemic species of not only cactus, but reptiles as well. However, we made the 2-hour boat ride here to see the giants of Catalana, the tallest Ferocactus in the world grow here. I've only seen photographs of botanists standing next to them, like a child standing next to Shaquille O'Neal. In some cases, the Ferocactus are taller than the pachycereues pringleii growing parallel. The juxtaposition of the desert against the beautiful semi-tropical waters of the sea were magical.
So you guys see the gigantic cardones, right? Everybody knows the big cardones. You see how fat they are? Look at this. This is a Ferocactus right here, okay? This is a Ferocactus. All right, look at, let's talk about the base of this thing. Hard as a rock, okay? I don't even know. That's it. How tall do you think that is? Easily. I mean, it's probably 4 feet wide at the base. God. Just look at that thing. Look at the way it corks and then goes to green and then the golden spines at the top. Wow, man. Yeah, Busrera microphylla growing right next to a big ass flowering diguetti. Oh, baby. Look at that. Little flower. Looks like it's been chewed on a little bit. Then you get the fruit. My. This is a small one. That's a tiny one. All right, up the mountain we go. More of that Busrera microphylla. Look at the trunk in there. See that? Yeah, and it's growing right in here with this other, what I believe is a Jatropha species. I'm unsure of the exact species.
Busrera is the type genus of the family Busreraceae, of which there are some 17 genera of tropical aromatic trees and shrubs, frankincense and myrrh among them. 2 genera from dryland regions, you have Busrera in the New World and Comifera in the Old World. They've both evolved pachyhaul and are highly attractive to collectors, especially the lovers of bonsai. The fat, oddly gnarled trunk and branches have decorative bark and are nicely set off by the delicate, finely divided leaves. Busrera microphylla has also been used by the Seri people of the Sonoran Desert as a treatment for sore throats, as a painkiller, or for herpes and wound healing. Dried stems and leaves of Busrera microphylla are used in a tea to relieve painful urination and to stimulate bronchial secretion. Furthermore, it's also been used for fighting venereal diseases and could have potential applications as a cancer treatment where it's been shown to assist with the anti-proliferation of cells. Here on the island, its swollen trunk has been windswept by the air currents in the Gulf. These plants cannot grow tall lest they be broken down during storms, so they've adapted to their environments by growing low to the ground. Any genetics here that pushed for a more vertical growth habit have been stunted and crushed by the ferocious winds that relentlessly pound the island. Although they are close to vast supplies of water, it's far too salty and they must store any water that they get on a rainy day to survive the brutal climate that returns during the long summer months.
More. Look at the size. This is all, so you see the way that it's growing across the ground? Well, looky here. Looky here. You see that trunk? That is the Busrera, and it's branching out all the way down to right here. And I'd say it's probably not at its absolute highest point. It's probably no higher than 2.5 feet off the ground. I've never seen the Busreras growing like this, and I gotta tell you, it's a sight to behold. Speaking of sights to behold, Lord have mercy. Double header? Twin turbos? Look at the beast behind it. Gosh. Wow. You guys, I'm in awe. I'm in absolute awe. Big giant, just barrels of water. Barrels of water. And growing right on the cliffs.
Ferocactus diguetti is the tallest ferocactus in the world, reaching upwards of 12 feet. The iconic barrel shape only lasts until the cactus matures, where it assumes an almost columnar stature. The generic name refers to the ancient Greek ferox, meaning very spiny. The specific epithet honors Leon Diguet, a French quester who was investigating pearl fisheries here on the island way back when. A Gulf Island endemic, it's only found on Carmen, Catalana, Cerro Dazante, and San Diego Islands. This cactus is an example of the phenomenon of gigantism, well known to island biologists. It's quite common for species found on islands, both plants and animals, to be significantly larger and more robust than their nearest relatives on the mainland. And these are bigger than any of the other populations growing on any of the other islands here in the Gulf. It demonstrates the ribbed columnar structure that is an important adaptation for tall cacti growing in areas of uncertain rainfall. Water is stored within the tissues of the trunk during times of abundance, and as the trunk swells to hold it, the ribs flatten out. As water is used during later dry times, the pleating of the ribs allows for the size of the column to shrink, while still providing structural strength for the tall trunk. A common cause of disaster for barrel cacti is they often grow at a slight angle, and where their column is filled with water, they become top-heavy and fall over. Extrafloral nectar glands are present in many species of Ferocactus, from our Southern California native Cylindraceus all the way down to Emeryii and many others. However, I didn't notice any nectar on any of these, but that doesn't necessarily mean they didn't produce any, because in many cases, ants eat it the moment it becomes available for them.
You got your little flower bud. You got your gigantus. Your gigantus back there. Lord gigantus, pachycereues. It's pachycereues right there. It's a big fella. Real big fella there. So here's a young one. You can see what they look like before they get real big and before they get all that corking, right? There's the small, medium, large. Extra large. To be able to see these massive cardones on these cliffs, overlooking these just stunning clear, beautiful blue little bays on this island where this Ferocactus grows. It grows here and nowhere else. And it's, I mean, diguetti grows elsewhere, but this particular variety doesn't grow anywhere else. And these things, I mean, there's a lot of Ferocactus that would not get bigger than this. There's a lot that would not get bigger than that. And as you can see here, next to this cardone, pachycereues pringleii, you have the Ferocactus is damn near as tall as the cardone. And I am shorter than the Ferocactus. It's pretty incredible. And the way that everything is growing squat here, all the Jatropha's and all the Busrera, I mean, look at that. Just the match. A little thruple right there. Oof. You need a scenic overlook? You're sitting inside right now, you're watching this, you're thinking, damn, I gotta go to work today. Well, here's a beautiful view. Take it in. This is the same world that your office building is in. You're gonna get through it. It's gonna be fine. Everything's okay. You have everything that you need. See that Ferocactus? See what I'm talking about? What else do you need? What else do you need? It looks like it's been through some things. Like me. Been through some. But he's still cranking. He's still cranking. He's still beautiful. He's still doing good. Real good. The color of the flesh on these is just gorgeous. I mean, if I thought that the Ferocactus cylindriceus and Anza borrego look like dinosaurs, which they do, these look like bigger dinosaurs. Just absolutely incredible. Social media, do you see the beautiful cactus? Look at the landscape. Absorb the beautiful, majestic qualities that the nature can provide for you. Once you have done this, you'll feel much better. And then you'll go outside. Hopefully I don't slip off of this and fall into the bay. That would not be the way that I was hoping to die. And I hope that it won't be. I've got better plans for my exit. Well, no, I don't have plans. I shouldn't say that, but you know what I'm saying? Look at this guy, dude. Look at the personality on him, right? What was that? Little grasshopper? Little grasshopper running around? Oh, look at this one's clustering. I mean, these typically grow, as you can see, they typically grow solitary, globular to columnar. But this guy didn't get the memo. He said, wait a minute, I'm supposed to just be one? Well, I'm gonna do some other and he's doing some other and it's looking damn good. Damn good, if I may say so. One more look at the ocean. All of these Busrera, that just signifies the amount of wind. All these Busrera are growing squat like that. I gotta tell you, you know, the other two islands that we were on the other side, they were awesome. And I was unbelievably fortunate to be able to go through them and look at the plants growing on them. But I gotta tell you, I am very, very appreciative of the less shrubby nature of this island and the fact that there are apparently no mosquitoes. And I gotta tell you, it's really nice to see trunks of Busrera like that. Huh? Look at that thing, right? How old do you think it is? It touches the ground there. I mean, it's literally, look at this. Look at this. It's touching the ground, and that smell, oh my God. You rub this, all those tannins and everything and the oils in the leaves, it smells so good. And you can see that the plant has seed on it. Seed's not ready. When the seed is ready, it'll be completely bright orange. That's letting you know that they're getting close. They're getting close. And I'm actually growing some of these. Somebody gave me seed. I don't quite remember who, but somebody had given me some seed. I threw it down, and I did it in the plastic bag method that I shared on one of my videos. But with the Busrera, I had to take them out of the bag. Probably, I think it was definitely within the first week, and I want to say like in the first 4 days, because they grew so quickly. So, you know, it takes them a lot longer here in the wild, but when they are given all of the proper nutrients and adequate amount of water, well, it's a totally different story. These things will go ham. But the problem is you can't get them to grow like this. Oh me, oh my. Oh! Wow. It's a very fragrant flower. You know, and the reason why I decided to give it a sniff is, so I grow Echinocereus carmenensis, and the flower of Echinocereus carmenensis smells absolutely incredible. So I just had a lingering, lurking suspicion that potentially this would also have an amazing odor, and it does. Like almost like a creamy, kind of fruity flavor. That's a skeleton. That's the wood. That's the wood of a pachycereues pringleii. And they develop depending on the external force of the wind and the force of their own weight, the stems that they add, towards the base of the plant in a downwards growth motion. Basically, it starts to develop this lignin, which turns into wood, and it gives the stems and the base rigidity so that they can stay standing. There's a big tall skeleton back there. Holy cow. I was thinking about the sun as I was watching it glimmer off the ocean as we were pulling in, and thinking about how grateful I am for it and for the fact that it's a star. It's a star burning in outer space. And that star burning in outer space feeds all of these cactus. They eat rocks and sunlight. I might throw worship in the sun. So from what I can tell, every single one of these Ferocactus has their apex aimed east. They're all basically aimed east. It's kind of interesting. Aimed towards the rising sun. Does that do it for you? Is that the type of thing that you like? Yeah? Does it for me. Look at that thing. It's ludicrously tall. It's hard to even really figure out or take in exactly to appreciate its tremendous size. But that thing is a behemoth. Wow. That's why they call it a giant cardone. And if you look at the bands of minerals coming out of this rock. Where's my geologist at? I have no idea what I'm looking at when I look at this stuff. But man, I like looking at this stuff. Oh shit. Oh baby, I don't want to fall down that. No, no, no. That'd be a bad way to go. Interesting fact about the cardones, when they're younger, they have spines, but as they reach full maturity, the mature branches will actually go fully inermous. But yeah, that's the young branch there. Bunch of young branches. Old plant, in human terms.
This hobby without the people would be pointless. This trip without my friends would not have been the once-in-a-lifetime experience that it was. 2022 was not an easy year for me. I went through some personal things in my private life that were extremely difficult. And to be able to do what I do in sharing these experiences with you all, well, it fills my heart with gratitude. And the majesty and complexity of our living earth humbles me to be able to see the planet as it was prior to humans leaving their mark. And I fear that our species has lost its way, and by and large forgotten that we are merely a part of the global ecosystem. We are a part of a larger living body in this miracle of life. And I guess the realization that the world my sons will be men in will be far different from the world of today. In moments between filming, I am alone, hiking in the wilderness. The silence to me somehow soothes the animal in me, and I yearn for the silence of the desert. The desert smells like rain. It's in these moments I am temporarily freed from the weight of life in the Anthropocene, the epoch of man. As we made the trip back to Loreto, we came across a pod of a couple hundred dolphins which followed and surfed the front of the boat, and I made eye contact with several of these creatures, and I wondered how they felt about mankind. I felt such a sense of connection to them that if I had my water housing on my GoPro, I would have just jumped straight in and swam with them. In fact, it's now on my bucket list, swimming with dolphins. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. I appreciate you. This concludes part 3 of the Baja California Surf series. Stay tuned for more epic adventures, and please like, comment, and subscribe as it helps support the channel by recommending it to more people. I appreciate y'all. Peace.